Where's the video of the Chinese brands exposing the watch industry? Where is that? I've seen movies.
Got you right here. This is a CF Rolex I got from Shenzhen for only 120 USD, and it still ticks. Everything is perfect.
Watches come in different sizes. A small dial makes you always slimmer, while a large one makes you a stronger error. First of all, you need to determine your budget range. The Rolex data address is the best choice for cost-effective.
Honey, this scandal didn't just break the internet. It stomped on it in Louboutins, spilled espresso all over your Swiss passport, and lit a bonfire with your Rolex warranty card. Because plot twist, your Swiss-made flex might have just had a dumpling date in Shenzhen before it even saw a snowflake in Geneva. Let's get one thing straight. The watch industry has been gaslighting us harder than a reality TV villain in a reunion special. We were sold fairy tales of majestic Alps, soft-spoken old men with monocles, and horological heirlooms crafted by candlelight and whispers. But babes, turns out the real factory tour starts in Longgang, not Lausanne. Picture this: a Rolex Submariner that costs more than your rent? Its case, bracelet, and bezel probably came out of the same Chinese assembly line that also pumps out Android parts and Hello Kitty keychains. The only difference? Rolex ships it to Switzerland, gives it a Swiss facial, and voila. Heritage served with a side of Helvetica font. And no, we're not making this up.
做成了基本程序。你这是哪个程序？车床上哪个程序和表的？哦，表格。直接从你这个程序咯。
Multiple sources, including whistleblowers and TikTok sleuths with nothing to lose, claim that up to 95% of watch components worldwide are made in China. That's not a statistic. That's a mic drop. You thought you were buying legacy. Babe, you were buying leftovers. Your $10,000 timepiece? It might have shared a parts bin with a $60 dupe sold on Alibaba. Yeah, go ahead and scream. We did too. But wait, there's more. Apparently, some of the same factories are making both the official components and the replicas. That means your neighbor's fake Rolex might be clocking time more accurately than your real one. The only real difference? One arrives in a leather box. The other? Shrink-wrapped and 3 weeks late. The audacity of it all. Netflix couldn't write this if Shonda Rhimes ghost-wrote it in a lightning storm. And what does Rolex do when the tea hits boiling? Do they clap back? Hold a press conference? Sue someone? Nope, they zipped their lips tighter than a Hermes Birkin and pulled the pettiest PR move ever. They dropped prices. Yes, Rolex. The brand that practically prints money. They quietly sliced prices on select models like the Submariner, GMT, and Oyster Perpetual in certain markets. Translation: we see you, but please stop asking questions. You know a scandal's real when even luxury brands start panic discounting. That's like Louis Vuitton handing out BOGO deals because someone spotted their bags in a Bangkok sweatshop. So next time someone shows off their shiny new Rolex, just smile, sip your bubble tea, and ask, was it steamed or stir-fried? Because let's be honest, at this point, that Swiss watch on your wrist, it's giving dim sum deluxe with a side of deception. Now, smash that like button, roast us in the comments, and hit subscribe before Rolex files a cease and desist. We've got more skeletons to dig up, and this was just the first tick. Want another savage spin on a fashion or luxury scandal? Darling, your luxury watch didn't tick. It talked its way straight through a supply chain scandal hotter than Paris Hilton's 2003 Motorola Razr. That Swiss-made stamp? It's giving make-believe with benefits honey. Because plot twist? Your Rolex might have had a dumpling and a discount massage in China before it ever saw the shadow of a Swiss cuckoo clock. Let's kill the fantasy right now. You weren't buying legacy. You were buying international logistics with a luxury markup. The Swiss watch industry has been peddling prestige the way MLM Huns sell essential oils. Loud, proud, and deeply misleading. That handcrafted masterpiece on your wrist? It was probably born in a Shenzhen sweat factory, faster than you can say chronograph. Imagine dropping 5 figures on a watch, thinking it's assembled by bearded artisans in a hidden mountain village. Babe, the real assembly line is wedged between a phone case plant and a factory that makes USB-powered neck pillows. And the Rolex process? Simple. Ship those mass-produced Chinese parts to Switzerland, slap on a movement and some Helvetica font. And boom. Luxury alchemy. They call it final inspection. We call it stamp fraud with a Swiss accent. And here's the spicy meatball: 95% of the world's watch parts are made in China. Not 20%, not 50%. 90 freaking 5. That's not a stat. That's a slap. Your $12K Daytona might share screws with a $79 Shine timepiece. Feeling dizzy yet? But wait, here comes the drag. Many of these factories are allegedly pumping out both legit watch parts and replicas. That's right. Your rich cousin's authentic GMT Master might have taken its first breath next to a counterfeit twin sold by a guy named Leo on Telegram. Honestly, the clone probably ticks better. Let that sink in while you adjust your $25K investment piece that just got exposed harder than a celebrity Finsta. And what does Rolex do when receipts start flying? Do they sue? Deny? Stage a dramatic press conference with moody lighting and a violin solo? Nope, they discount. Quietly. Select models, select markets. No press release, no eye contact. Just a silent little markdown, like a rich kid trying to sneak out of Target and knock off Balenciaga. That's the luxury equivalent of Beyoncé offering a Groupon. You know it's bad when the price of a Rolex drops faster than your ex's crypto portfolio, so let's keep it cute, but criminally honest. Your Swiss-made flex? It's giving made in PRC with a Swiss layover. That heirloom Submariner? Stir-fried in Guangdong, polished in Geneva, and emotionally supported by lies. The next time someone flashes their overpriced ticker, lean in, raise an eyebrow, and ask, did that come with soy sauce or a certificate of authenticity? Because in 2025, the only thing truly Swiss about your watch is the guilt. Now go hit that like button harder than the Rolex legal team hitting refresh on this video. Comments? Open. Subscriptions? Mandatory. We've got more couture crime to uncover, and babe, this was just the first tick. Rolex isn't just a watchmaker, it's a foundation. Yep, a tax-shielded, legacy-laced, non-profit on paper, billion-dollar beast of a foundation. Meanwhile, you're out here eating instant noodles to flex a date just like it's a pension plan. The math? Insulting. Your $12,000 Grail piece costs Rolex barely $1,200 to make. That's materials, labor, shipping, and probably the Spotify subscription for the guy buffing bezels in Geneva. The rest? That's not profit. It's performance art. You're not paying for a watch. You're paying luxury tax, ego tax. Please like me tax. Sprinkle of middle management delusion. Rolex is selling a horological horoscope that says, you are chosen. And you fell for it with the kind of enthusiasm usually reserved for cults and crypto. And don't let the word heritage fool you. Because baby, true heritage doesn't come with stickers that say, Final Swiss Assembly. That's not legacy. That's logistics. It's like ordering French wine and finding out it was bottled in New Jersey with imported grapes and good intentions. While you're romanticizing crown logos and coronation-level branding, factories in China are pumping out the same designs with better custom options, faster shipping, and none of the corporate ego. Want a skeleton-dialed tourbillon dipped in rose gold engraved with your dog's birthday? Boom. Tuesday delivery. What's Rolex doing in response? Basically fanfic. Self-published mythology. The cinematic universe of we matter more than you. And yet we keep buying in. Why? Because luxury is just cosplay for adulthood. And Rolex? That's the costume that screams, I made it. Even if your bank account is whispering barely. But once you know the truth, the game changes. You stop seeing watches. You start seeing scripts $15K for a fantasy? Or $300 for the same look and your soul intact? Because here's the kicker. The Swiss-made label? It legally means 60% of manufacturing costs are Swiss. Not the parts. The cost translation. Most of your watch could have been assembled next to a knockoff Hello Kitty keychain, flown to Switzerland, and declared Swiss because it took a nap in a Geneva warehouse. And the craftsmanship? Honey, that's just marketing with a European accent. The only thing getting handcrafted these days is the narrative. Luxury brands aren't selling you watches. They're selling you, to you, a prepackaged identity, shrink-wrapped with status and soaked in aspiration. But the second you clock that, you stop being the mark and start being the moment. So rock the homage, flex the mod. Wear the tourbillon no one can fact-check. Because the smartest guy in the room? He's not the one with the loudest logo. He's the one who paid a fraction of the price and still got the nod in the lounge. Luxury was never about the watch. It was always about the wink behind it. And once you know the punchline, you're not part of the audience. You're in on the joke.